Right, okay. Session 57, I think? 58. So, once again, it's over to you guys in terms of what happened. So, if people want to roll for it, there's... Hold on. So, there's 4 of you. 5, there's me. 4 of you. So there's 4 of you. So, because I'm not counting Eleanor, because Eleanor wasn't here.
Oh, right, of course.
So if you all roll a d4, and then I want to roll for fun, but it means something.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll just do whoever gets highest. I was trying to come up with some convoluted thing of like, I'll roll, and whoever gets closest to me can go, and then it's a knockout elimination. I was like, just leave it. So whoever gets highest. So you ready?
I got to. Oh,
Sorry.
Oh,
Roll.
roll.
I've already rolled. I'll go again.
Yeah,
I
same.
wrote the same thing. I got a 1.
Oh, I also got a 1.
I got a 2.
God damn it!
Come on, April, you can do
You
it.
got this, April.
You can do it. What happened? So what happened last time according to Wrath? And don't worry about getting everything because we go round and then I'll fill stuff in.
Give me a second.
Of course, there is no rush.
You got your boy Fenrir. That's
Yeah, I
the
know
main
that,
thing.
that's all I want it right now. I'm like, I got
You
my
were at
over there.
Point.
The restaurant.
See, I don't take notes because I feel like Rat wouldn't take notes. And he's going to be fucked in the head, so he doesn't have memory either. This is why it's easy for me to play him.
Wrath doesn't have memory.
Raph actually doesn't know who any of us are.
No, that's who's
Like
so mate.
Goldfish, you turn around and Wrath's like, oh, it's fun to be here on my own. Don't worry about detail. Like what big thing, what might have happened, what happened last time.
We were eating lunch.
We weren't eating lunch.
And then something happened.
April, I'm gonna give you two. Look,
This is
the
my
thing
worst
happened.
nightmare. I can't
Look what
handle
happened.
this.
A thing happened at the restaurant.
Oh, we all fell through the floor, and then we went flying. I summoned Fenrir as a bird. We learned a lot about Toki. Toki's going through it. Wraith and Toki had a very interesting chat when they went through their bag. Toki needs therapy, basically. Then we all kind of plopped to the bottom, and then we got split. It was Alanis, me, and our kind new friend, which I have forgotten the name
Frida.
of.
Frida.
Yeah, and then the other was split, and then we saw these really ancient markings, which were like of the old gods. Here we go. My memory is
It's
existing.
all coming back.
Okay, it's
You're on
coming
a
back to
roll,
me.
let's go.
Steph knows how to trigger me. She's like, image, and I'm like, ah. And they were like, R1 was like of a sacrifice, maybe to a sun god. Wrath did an arcana check. I made some notes about that. I can get those up. The others, I'm foggy on what exactly theirs was.
You
It was
weren't there,
different
so you
though.
don't need to worry about that if you don't want to.
True that.
I mean, if you can't remember, go for it. You take a guess.
Oh, and then I remember Toki, Wraith asked some very pertinent questions to Toki about a certain Mr. Blackwood.
Yeah, I did.
And we got a lot of these. And Alanis and I were like, yeah, I'm sure they're not talking about anything big and respecting each other's boundaries. And then we started venturing around, but there's a ceiling to this place, so we can't really get anywhere. And then we started going towards each other. Then like this fake lich came out, which April was very sad about because I was about to fuck a lich. And then I think I got blown to bits. Alanis was fine. I'm on very low HP. And then similar fuckery happened to you guys, but you might have been able to evade it. I'm foggy on exactly what happened there. Thank God. April was seriously panicking. I did remember something.
It's great.
I love you
That's
all
really
dearly, and I love this campaign, but my God, if you ask me something that recently happened on the spot, I will not know.
It felt like the
Um,
floodgates opened and you were just like, I've got it all now,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
Yeah, I
go.
feel like you
It's
got
like-
most things.
I was very
Right.
scared. I was like, I'm going to disappoint Lauren so severely.
Wait, you
Who's to
did
say
not
whether it comes
disappoint
to me?
me. Absolutely.
It's gonna
not.
be like this
you
every
nailed
week.
it.
Never.
No, and that is fine. If it's like this every week, it's fantastic. I'm very happy and thrilled. That is perfect. Amazing. Who's going next? Do you guys want to roll again?
Rollies.
Roll
go.
them dice. That's why we bought them.
I got a 4.
I got a 1.
My taste.
Right. So it's Toki.
Toki did have
Toki had
a big
day.
session last
Big
session.
day.
A lot happened for Toki. It opened, he gave Alanis her present that she hadn't got the week before, which was a little charm with a lighthouse for Azra and a bowl for Yasumu. And he also gave her a staff that he has had lying around, a staff of flowers that is meant to make any flower you think of, but he thought it was broken because it only made asters. And then he gave it to Alanis and learned that that's just him. It wasn't broken at all. Everyone else could use it, and that's just him. But before anyone could really dwell on how horrendously embarrassing that is for Toki, the ground swallowed them whole, so that was great. Him and Wraith ended up together, separated from the others, and yeah, they found some cave drawings which were of like it was like all 4 seasons. It was kind of like the same picture, but in each season, like planting things in Ver, like things in bloom and Yule. No, Estiva, the harvest and Yule. Yeah, and he did some digging. He was able to place them as maybe predating the first era, so thousands of years old, very, very old, before the modern calendar, and thought that this might be something to do with the ancient gods of Lipari who disappeared. And yeah, just as he was basking in this historical revelation, Wraith decided to quiz him pretty hard about Asta. So much so that I'm like, what did they even discuss? Toki showed her some things that he's been keeping in the bottom of his bag, including a handkerchief monogrammed with Asta's initials with bloodstains on it.
Yeah, Toki killed him. That's why he's so important. He's dead too.
That's why he's always on his mind.
Toki, it's not
so
loads
scared
of
that he's
blood.
gonna get
It's
found
just
out.
a few drops of blood that Toki told Wraith they got in a fight. And yeah, they discussed him quite a bit. And yeah, I'm struggling to remember what
I'm sure Steph with her notes.
we
can
discussed.
recap
I'm sure
us
she will.
better.
I do remember that Wraith told Toki that he could call her Brysira, which was very cute. They had a lovely bonding moment. They finally decided to try and get out of this weird cave place. And they came across a big hall cavern with it was like a floating kind of lamps and weird glyphs on the ground, and it was all very spooky, and Wraith was being very careful, and Toki was like, this can't possibly hurt us, and wandered in there, triggered a tripwire, and now Wraith has vanished before my eyes, and I'm there all alone, and that's where I'm at.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Amazing. Roll off between Wraith and Alanis.
3.
3.
Again.
Four.
Go for it, Wraith.
So
I think we
yes,
started with Alanis last time, so like that's even. That's fair.
we fell through the floor, got separated. Wraith tried to contact Wrath through the sending stone, realised Toki had the sending stone, the other half. Then contacted Wrath through her one-way locket, being like, I'm safe, we'll find you. They found the iconography. Everyone summarised that really well. That was when we looked at the stories of like how the old gods disappeared and the stories we'd each heard about that. Wraith took some rubbings and sketches in her journal of these, and then was like, so Toki, we're friends, right? And he's like, yeah, of course we're friends. She's like, good, friends share things. Tell me truths. And Toki's like, I'll tell you all the truth. What do you mean? And Wraith lost it at Toki a little bit. She swore at him, told her to tell him the fucking truth. And then Toki started telling the truth, tried to lie again. Wraith caught him out on that, had none of that. And they had a big old chat about Asta and Toki getting into a fight after Asta's funding party. And that's how blood got on the napkin and Toki's handkerchief. And Toki hadn't realised until later that he still had it. And that big old chat. Checking my notes. So yeah. Then we kept walking because we needed to find the others, and we found an ancient room with floating arcane magical lanterns. And Wraith's like, I don't dabble with the arcane, but I'll try check for traps. Rolled real low. Was like, can't tell if there are any. And Toki's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Walked into the room, a lantern smashes on the floor. Wraith, I got asked what was the first place Wraith would think of. Me, Steph, was like, Dis's rooms, but we've done that in a dreamscape recently. So we'll do the desert when they were doing the canal thing, the twins, about a year and a bit ago in Vicaria. And Lauren's like, oh, you're in Vicaria in a canal. And because there's no boat, you're in it. And that's where the session ended.
Can Wraith swim?
Yeah.
Good.
We've been
At
swimming
least- at
together.
least we
Luca and
have
Wraith
that.
have swum
yeah,
together.
yeah, we literally swam together.
Swimming. Excellent. I love it. Yeah, a lot happening. And to round us off, Alanis. What did Alanis get up to last time?
It's pretty much been covered, I think. We were having lunch, and Alana's got some lovely presents from Toki, and then we immediately fell into a pit, and we ended up in the cave networks, and I was with Wrath and Frida, who has not been helpful at all.
No. Frida's blind. Not legit. Actually, it's dark.
It's very dark. He can't see. He's very squishy. I'm deeply concerned for his well-being. We started walking off. We found some old cave paintings and carvings on the wall about the uncreation myth of the world. And then a lich flew at us, but it wasn't a lich. But Wrath still may be dying. And I've only got one spell slot left.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Brilliant. Amazing.
Can I ask, did literally the entire tavern go into this sinkhole? And now we're
question.
No,
it's
it
just
seems to be
us
just
and
us
the
and Frida.
barkeep.
Oh, there was tables and chairs. But we were the only ones out on the patio, like the garden decking bit. And
Okay.
that's what fell through as far as we know.
Yeah, we think it might
I
just be
looked around for the
patio.
rest of the tavern on our side, and it was just the chairs. It wasn't like the whole thing came down.
Wraith tried to get through the rubble to Wrath and then almost buried herself alive, which Toki had to rescue her from.
Fantastic.
So yeah, lots happened. Big day.
Big day.
Big day.
Huge day. But yeah, and now everyone's split up. One of you's in a different country, but where in the world is Luca?
Different continent. Different continent.
No, you're not. You're not on a different continent. You're just in a different country.
Okay.
Yeah. So where in the world is Luca Colty? You, Luca, were sitting having a really lovely lunch with your friends. You'd watched this whole bit about Asta's. You were like, ooh, and then you felt a rumble, you felt a grumble, and the pavement started to slip beneath you as a sinkhole opened up in the middle of the street, pulling you and all your friends down into it. So straight away, Luca, could you please take 3 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh my god.
as you are pulled down into the mud and the dirt. You will never be free of mud and dirt. pull down and down. You watch as your friends are whipped away from you and everything is plunged into darkness. You feel stones banging against you. You feel yourself banging against the hard rock of the cave walls, and then you fall to the ground. Luca, you are on your own and it is pitch dark. However, and very fucking luckily, Toki has
I have my new
so
charm.
recently given
Yeah,
you
oh,
a charm
Toki.
of dark vision. Otherwise, you would be
I'd be
fucked.
fucked.
Yes. But Luca, you stand up. Well, I'm going to talk for you. What do you do?
I stand up.
Brilliant.
How many directions are there that I can go in?
Nice one. So roll me a perception check.
Perception. Okay. Oh, for the love of God, it's a 7.
7. So you look around, and you are in, much like everyone else was, this tunnel network, like ancient cave system. And as you look around, you see the kind of sandstony walls, like the brownie coloured walls. They look more naturally made, and then every now and then they fade into more like dark glass walls where it looks like some sort of magic's been used to carve them out. The tunnel stretches like down about 30 meters or 30 feet, and then splits and can go left or right. You look back, like up at where you came from, and this sinkhole appears to have completely caved in. No way really to go back the way you came.
In terms of going left or right,
Yeah.
if I envision the town above me,
Nice.
what direction does each one take me in?
Roll me a survival check.
I'm not going to use that dice because that's already let me down. It's a natural 1.
That's fine.
Oh.
You are just so turned around by that tumbling down the sinkhole that you're like, I could not even begin to guess.
Okie dokie. He's gonna go left.
Left. I love it. So you wander down and you wander to the left. I mean, what's kind of going through Luca's mind right now? Like, what's is there a plan? Is it just we're walking?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm by myself in creepy tunnels,
Yeah.
I think he like wants to call out,
Yes.
but calling out doesn't feel like a good idea. If I can see at least my immediate surroundings and I can't hear anyone else, I'm going to wait to call out until I hear something, which is still probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
But at the very least, like, it's just keep walking, hope that there is an incline at some point, or some light, or some voices.
Nice. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, as you keep walking, the floor seems to be pretty straightforward, like just flat is what I mean. And you don't hear anything. Every now and then you think that you hear like the sound of like rocks crumbling and tumbling, but you kind of look around and you don't see anything. And as you keep walking, could you please roll me a d6?
Certainly can. That's a 1.
Amazing. Could you now roll me a d8?
That's a 6.
Okay, right. So you walk into somewhere. You keep walking, and while I look at this, we will flash to Wrath and Alanis. So Alanis, you've just hit the deck. You've taken Frida with you, and then Wrath, you have survived a 3 times deadly explosion, getting extremely lucky as you, arms out, embrace this lich that turned out to be a puppet on a string flying towards you. As you embraced it, it exploded into green fire all over you.
Yeah, I remember the damage roll being like permadead. I'd have been gone again.
It was crazy. Yeah.
At this, like, just falls to his knees. It's just like breathing heavily. Is my outfit intact or is it burned to shit?
Fuck, I didn't think about this. Roll me, it's gonna be a luck check. Roll me a d20 If it's above a 10, you're fine, and then the higher it is, the better intact the outfit is. Below a 10, it's more leaning on the spectrum of you might need to get a new shirt.
Oh. It's not good.
No, what was
7.
it? 7.
Why
You're not.
can't I ever get lucky?
You could walk around in a 7. You could walk around the streets, but you very much look like someone who has come from an explosion.
I mean, you wear leather pants. They're pretty hardy.
yeah,
It's
and
just the pants.
it's
Yeah,
just the
Shirt
pants
is like
left.
half hanging off.
I think, yeah, let's absolutely go with that. Maybe this can be your haircut. Maybe your hair got singed away.
True, I wanted to do a haircut.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
describe
let's
the
go.
new haircut we've got.
I'll drop photos in the chat. I just sent them to Steph. Let's Steph.
You've burnt your hair off.
Mm-hmm. His new hair is like this. Through burning alone.
Mhm.
And apparently the burning was so severe it's turned some of his red hair black.
Yeah, just the tips. And
Yeah.
it's streaked up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love. Nice. Wow.
He's even got fangs. It's quite accurate. Just the skin colour's
That's
wrong.
good. Amazing. So this has just happened. What are you doing, both of you?
Mm. My hair.
No, it's good.
It's all gone.
It's rugged and handsome. It's good. I think
My
Tucker's
hair
gonna
is-
love it.
My identity. And my shirt's gone.
Okay, if it were anyone else, I would be like, "This is a disaster." I think you can pull it off.
Why, thank you. And he like intentionally poses against the wall, looking like smoldering into the background. Frida, you okay, dear?
Yep. That was weird. At least I could see
Weird.
for a bit.
Must have been bad for you. And he looks down at himself and is like,
Frida can't see what you're doing.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah.
Oh
I think I
yeah, they
banged my
can't
knee.
see. I'll reclass produce flame again so they can see.
Frida's like, oh, you got a haircut. Looks
Not
good.
by choice.
Rita, I'm gonna need you to take this a little bit more seriously.
We'll take it seriously and be an upset, change our situation. You've got to keep a positive mental attitude with these things, I've heard. See?
Taking it seriously will change our situation, yes, because it means I don't have to worry that you're going to die.
I mean, I'm not
Is Birdfin?
going to try to get into trouble, but I can't really see it's a bit difficult, you know? So,
Let's get moving. And new rule, don't try to hug the monsters.
It was a lich, okay? I had to shoot my shot.
Oh, really didn't. Okay, let's go.
I mean, lich is really doing
You're
it for me,
looking
I can't
good.
lie,
I think
Linus.
this is the best outcome we could have hoped for.
Right, thank you.
I think it really, somehow this has all worked out quite well. Let's just
Let's
keep
go.
going.
Is Bird Fenrir okay?
let's say yes.
He was with Alanis.
Yeah.
My
on top of
boy.
Alanis's,
He was on my
Yeah, so you
Fenrir,
went down
don't
and
look at me
just
right
Fenrir
now.
it perfectly, just... Fenrir covers his face in his wing.
Fenrir has like 1 HP and still made it out, but I didn't.
You also made it out. Frida, he's got what? Frida started with 5, took 3, and is on 2. So, yeah, Frida's close to death, but like smiling through it. And you see that both of you, as the produce flame like dies away, you see that in the dark, Frida attempts to like wink at Wrath, as a sort of like encouraging something, but he just sort of aims it wrong and winks at the wall.
You okay, Frida? Did it hit your
Yeah.
eye or
Something
something?
in your eye, Free?
No. Is,
Do you want me to check
is
your
there
eye for
something-
like shrapnel or something?
Is there something wrong with my eye?
Yeah, I'll come up and like, check their eye genuinely.
It feels like your
Winking
breath on
and
their face, and
blinking
his
weirdly.
face is just like so still. It's like
It looks. Let me know if you have any pain or anything.
is it alright? My eyes look okay?
Mhm. Feel like he's like holding her face to examine it. As he walks away, he just caresses the bottom of their face as he walks away.
Alanis, you watch as Frida just like,
Lana's
shivers.
rolls her eyes and stares at the ceiling. She gives me fucking strength.
Frida's hair is not long enough, but he sort of like tucks her curl behind his ear.
I might get lucky in this cave yet. Let's see.
And then sticks
It's
his
so
hand out
echoey,
for
please
Alanis
don't.
to hold.
Alanis will take it and pull him along.
Amazing. We'll go to Toki. Toki. Race guns. That's all.
Wraith, Brysera, Bree. Oh, what the fuck? And I will. I mean, she vanished in front of my eyes. So there's not a whole lot of. I guess I'll scan around to be like, did she get teleported around somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a single spell. Oh, we've got the Sending Stone. I'll message her.
Huge. That's crazy.
How does the Sending Stone work?
I looked it up because I remembered as well. So I will copy it into chat.
He'll spend a fair amount of time wandering around shouting her many names. Right. So you can cast Sending. Is that... What's the word limit?
25.
Okay, so he will... Wait, hold on. Let me read this properly.
Toki, could you make a charisma saving throw for me, please?
Yeah! That's a 5.
As you walk around shouting out Brysera's name, you walk over another tripwire, and another lantern comes crashing to the ground. I think just as you remember about the Sending Stone, you feel a fizzling in the air around you, like a static. And what is the first place that pops into Toki's head? I'm going to count you down. 5,
We talk about backward.
4,
I think
3,
it's Sintanto. I think it's like
1.
the streets. I think it's like Blotter's Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so Toki, you come out, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You feel a fizzling, and then you find yourself on I wouldn't say bustling, but like fairly, decent traffic, Blotter's Lane. Do you want to describe Blotter's Lane to everyone? What it is, where it is, what it looks like?
Yeah, so this is the area of Sintanto where Toki lives, I guess, because has paid his rent. It's like a student area of the city, so there's a lot of bookshops, a lot of very tight, narrow alleyways, a lot of buildings packed in close together. It's not super fancy. It's not. It's probably not like a place that you would aspire to live on, but it's homely. It's cute. There's a vibe and an energy, and a lot of young students around, and bookshops and things.
Nice. And you find yourself back in Sintanto on Blotter's Lane. And roll me a d20.
10.
10. I think on a 10 you don't see anyone that you know. You don't recognize any of the people around you.
Okay, I'm gonna just like
you're there in your full armor with your sword.
Oh fuck.
And I think actually roll me a perception check. I know you are trying to talk, but
I got a random set of dice out today, and I was like, oh, why did I get these out? And I was like, I'll use that. I'm not doing well. Right, a perception. That's a 13.
Okay, on a 13, you notice that you're kind of standing there, and you sort of maybe in a little bit of like, what the fuck? And as you look around and realize where you are, you do notice as well that some people have noticed that an armored rabbit with a sword has just appeared on the streets of Sintanto. And no one's looking hostile. Rolled eyes, maybe. confused.
I think I'm gonna big smile pretend that was expected and normal, and I think I'm gonna try and casually lean against a building because I want to Toki wants to make sure that it's real. Toki's like,
oh, right,
is this
brilliant.
an illusion?
Toki's like,
Am I tripping? I'm gonna see if this is a
very
real
Very
building.
real. Yeah. Amazing. So as you are adjusting to where you are, we'll flip back to Luca. Luca, as you keep walking, you eventually, after roll me a d4, Luca.
D4.
What is it gonna be?
We lost them.
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Mm.
Give it a sec and then we'll swap to someone else. No. Okay, we'll swap back.
Okay.
Toki, go back to you.
Okay. What am I gonna do? I think Toki, like, muscle memory is like, I'm gonna walk to my flat.
Nice. Brilliant.
I think gosh, because the sword is on my back. Do I have my bag of holding with me?
Yes.
I'm assuming I do because I've been
Yeah.
shopping. Right, I'm gonna put the sword in the bag of
Oh,
holding.
smart, nice.
I'm gonna try and take. Oh, I don't know that I should just be undressing in the street. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna wrap my new cape of the hair around me more
Nice one.
to hide the armor. I think he's torn because I think he's like, sure, would be nice to speak to someone I knew and be like, hey, is this real? Also, I don't necessarily want anyone to see me right now, so I think he'll pull the hood up.
With
And
the
yeah, I think he's
ears.
just gonna, with the ears over his ears, and is just gonna walk to in the direction of his flat.
Nice. Okay, amazing. Eleanor, are you back? Are you back with
Hello.
us? Hello.
Yeah, I didn't lose you guys. I can hear you
shit,
being
really?
like, I think we've lost them. And
oh
I was
no.
like, hello.
No.
I'm here.
Oh no. Well, what did you get? What did you get on your roll?
I got a 1.
So you've only been walking for 5 minutes. And as you do, you approach a chamber that is just sort of rectangular, probably 45 foot long in length, has this black glass that you've seen along the tunnels, along the sides of it. And yeah, you just enter kind of a slightly different area of this network of tunnels. Oh wait, have we lost Eleanor again?
Yep.
Oh no.
But I bet they can hear us.
I bet
they can hear it, yeah.
us. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see me? That's not the important
Yes.
part. But okay,
Yes.
You're a
cool.
bit laggy, but we
I
can
don't
see
know
and
what
hear you.
happened. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no. Oh no, you've gone again.
Oh no.
Maybe you need to reset your internet or something. It's so frustrating when the internet goes because you're like, there's literally
Yeah.
nothing I can fucking do about
yeah,
it.
there's nothing you
Yeah.
can do.
Oh, they look so happy as well.
Oh.
Picture. Okay, while we try. Let's give it 5 seconds. Okay, no. In that case, we've left Toki walking along the streets, just walking to his flat. It's what feels right to him. We've got Wraith leading Frida by the hand. Wrath strutting for. Sorry, yeah. It was actually Alanis. Alanis leading
There we
Frida
go.
by the hand. Wrath strutting in front. And we'll go to his sister, Wraith. who felt that same fizzing in the air and found herself wet all of a sudden, splashing into a very long canal and very deep canal in the middle of the Vicarian desert. You've got kind of red sands all around you, sun just like past its apex in the sky, cloudless, and you have the canal, and the canals of Vicaria, for those who have not been, all of them are man-made, and so I think that might be true for all canals. But all of them are made like magically. And Vicaria being majoritatively what?
Majority?
Majoritatively a desert country. Doesn't matter. The people of Vicaria have adapted by becoming really fucking good at water-based magic, and so instead of being like, well, there's desert here, no one will live here, they just do. They've built like Las Vegas and Dubai just in the middle of the desert. They're like, and what of it? And connecting most of these major cities, even small villages, are these magic canals, and in some places they are kind of almost like water slides or flumes, not even touching the sand itself, just these magical suspended currents of water that navigate and stretch all the way across the country. Wraith, one that you land in, is a more traditional canal that has been carved out of the desert, but even then, it's not like someone's dug it with a digger and stuck some cement in. It's like the water and the sand are kind of working together and holding each other back, and flowing along, and the current is quite strong, and so Wraith, all of a sudden you are in quite cold water, even though it's boiling out here. The water stays a reasonable temperature, and so could you please roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Absolutely, I can. 20 on save. 11.
11. So you plunge into the water, and instinctively, you take a deep breath of fright, basically, and you take 4 points of drowning damage as you swallow a lungful of water, basically, and you come to the surface coughing and wheezing, choking up water. Looking around, there's no one in sight. It is just you treading water in this canal.
Coughing and spluttering. I'll try and swim, or at least drift swim to the side of the canal.
Yeah.
So like go with the current, but try and sideways.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, it's all smooth. There's no rocks or anything you need to worry about bashing into, but at the same time, it's hard to catch yourself as well. There's not like a rock for you to, grab onto either.
I think Wraith will try and pull out a dagger and dig it into the sand to try and slow herself enough to try and climb out, like dagger in each hand.
Yeah.
Probably go
Nice
with
one.
the current a little ways, but
Yeah.
start working your way up if she can.
Roll me an athletics check.
Yeah. Plus nothing. 12.
12. I think 12's alright. It takes you. Roll me 1d4.
2.
It takes you a couple of minutes, not too long, really, but it's 2 minutes of a constant workout, arms and legs, and you are aching by the time you manage to pull yourself, and you're wet and you're sandy, onto the the desert floor.
I think Wraith will just roll onto her back for a second, just in the sun, just appreciating the warmth and letting herself be exhausted for just a moment.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit up and look downriver around. And we'll call out for Toki. Chosen of Galen. Toki. My dear friend. No? Hells. and she'll flop back onto the sand.
I'm picturing her like a wet cat, just
Yeah.
spitting.
Yeah, she's just
Amazing.
going to lie,
Mm,
do a bit of a wrath moment, and just bake
yes. Nice.
dry. She's like, well,
Amazing.
I can't. No one's here, so I might as well be
It's just like, I
dry.
lie down and wait to receive further news.
It's like I will at least get dry, and then I will focus on the
Nice.
next step.
I love it. Amazing. And as we leave you drying, we will go back to Luca.
Right. This is gonna suck. Fine, but
Oh, bless you, mate. What happened? You were in a room.
I'm in a room.
You're in a different
Literally.
room. You've walked over the threshold of a different room. What are you doing? Yeah.
Is there anything of note in this room? Is there anything that stands out in particular?
Roll me a investigation check, please, or perception. It's up to you.
I'll do an investigation. I'll have a little look around.
Have a little look around.
That's a where the hell's my investigation? 19.
19. Okay, so you kind of stop just before you walk into the room, and the room itself looks kind of fine and normal, but then you look up, and you see the ceiling on the room. There's a slight shimmer of like a charged arcane energy on the ceiling, and the ceiling's like 30 foot above you. You don't specifically with an 18 know what it is, but there's definitely something magical at work on the ceiling.
Am I able to do an Arcana check on it, please?
Yeah, go for it. And what's kind of Luca doing almost? Like, obviously it's sort of, I'm activating a different part of my brain, but like what's Luca sort of drawing on here to like enable them to do an Arcana check?
He's still quite new to the arcane. And I feel like he's still very much in a place of like throwing anything at a wall and seeing what sticks. I don't think he 100% knows how it is he does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken influences from everyone else in the party.
Cute.
So he has a vague idea, he thinks, of what the weave feels like when he's reaching out to.
I love
And so it's like, I'm going to reach out for that, and I'm going to see if that feels like it's reaching out to something else, and what that feels felt before. And he's really just trying to get anything.
I love it. I love it. For mention of the weave, roll at advantage.
Oh, thank you.
That was cool.
That is a, what's my Arcana? That is also a 19.
19, amazing. So as you look up, and like you say, you know kind of what it feels like when you interact with the weave, and you're kind of trying to look, and it's not look and see, it's like feel what is magical up there and what that may be interacting with. And I think instead of giving you like the name of the spell or what school of magic it is, it's more innate than that. You kind of look and see and feel, and you see tethers of things. Like, this is a spell that has been drawn and cast deliberately. It will do something to someone as they enter this space. You see almost like, or you can feel a missing piece. It's almost like I don't know, seeing a puzzle and there's pieces missing, and you're like, okay, there's a piece missing here, and I think the presence of something would be like the missing part of this equation, which would cause it to trigger. And you're like, okay, cool, so it's a trap that's activated by me stepping into this room. Nice. And then I think as well, there's, while you can't name it, maybe it conjures up feelings, the same magical feel and aura almost of when Wrath and Wraith cast their produce flame, or you yourself have like dealt fire damage. But also at the same time, you would have felt pools of this, maybe around the rift base when Wrath was detecting a lot of like, I think sort of conjuration-y, abjuration-y sort of magic around like teleporting, moving things in space, whether it's some sort of like, it will like misty step, that kind of feeling, or whether it's a sort of like, what there's like, what is it, shocking grasp, spells like that like can pull people towards you. It's some sense of like some element of fire will be triggered and also some element of movement to the thing triggering it.
Cool. I would like to hightail it out of there, but I would like be very careful in my hightailing. So I'd like to head towards the nearest exit, whatever direction you're going in.
So
but
yeah,
not
it's just straight ahead. It's a long rectangular room, almost like a corridor.
so checking the ground.
Yeah. So you walk through, checking the ground. As you do, you hear a sizzling pop over your head, and then a whip-like trail of flames shoots down at you from the ceiling. Could you please make a dex saving throw? And I'll let you do it at advantage because you were expecting something to happen.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. That is, what's my dex save? That's a 7, so that's 21.
21, brilliant. So you have succeeded. Could you now roll a d4 for me?
We certainly can.
Oh no, this could go on. Okay. I think you want a 4.
Oh, well, I got a 2.
Okay, on a 2, as you do, basically you have jumped out of the way. This flame whip has come down. You got the sense it tried to grab you around the middle, burn you and grapple you and pull you upwards. It grabs onto nothing and it ascends back up into the air, but as you take another step forward, another little glyph on the ceiling you see now activates and another whip shoots down. Could you please make another dexterity saving throw? This one straight.
Oh, what is that? That's that's a 9.
A 9. So you fail that one. And so you are this burning hot whip of fire grabs you around the middle and yanks you up round your middle, so you're like this in the air, kind of swinging slightly. You take, okay, not bad at all, only 3 points of fire damage, and you are dragged 15 foot towards the ceiling, where you are grappled.
Fab. Thank you so much. Oh god, I don't even know how to get out of it. Am I able to... I don't want to anymore, but I need to struggle. Or am I able to reach for my rapier at all, or where I'm grappled?
I think you can. Yeah.
To try and hack at.
Yeah, nice. You grab your rapier and you kind of start hacking at this. It kind of goes through it, and I think you get the sense of like succeeding on that Arcana check that maybe the thing you kind of need to attack is like glyph that's holding you there right above you, but it is 15 feet away.
That's fine.
Or you do get the sense that yes, you could sort of wiggle free, but it probably would hurt.
I know I can get. Am I able to get my crossbow, or is that a step too far?
No, I think you can. I think you can kind of maneuver yourself around enough.
Let's that glyph then.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So roll me an attack with your crossbow, please.
Where's my crossbow? It's not even a crossbow. I keep saying crossbow. It's a short bow.
That's a short bow.
That is a 24.
24, amazing. You hit the rune, and it takes like minimal damage. You don't even need to roll, and it just sort of evaporates, fades into the stone, and you fall 15 feet. So you do take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Luca's going fucking through it. As you land on the floor, you do not trigger another rune, and you see now. I'll say that this, for ease, the pool is 40 foot long, and you've triggered 2 of like the runes, and you're halfway through the room, and so it's sort of like you're hopping through, and you see now, looking back up at the ceiling, there are 2 scorch marks on the ceiling, where these runes have been activated, the 2 that you've set off, and reaching out to the weave again, you feel this kind of like inert, like there's a piece missing again, but more in the way that like a puzzle's been completed and put away in these areas, whereas all around it there's still stuff going on. So you are halfway through the hall with 20 foot left to go, and we will go to could the remaining 4 of you please roll a d4? Mm-hmm. 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 Ooh, roll between
Twinnies.
twins. Nice. So we flip back to Alanis and Wrath, where you have started walking along through the tunnels. What are you doing? Are you chatting about anything? What's going on?
I'm gonna try my best to while keeping an eye on Frida and an eye on Wrath, also try and keep an eye out for any more puppets that might be falling from the
Nice.
ceiling.
Nice one. Amazing. Roll me a investigation or perception check.
It's an 11.
Okay, nice. So yeah, you kind of keep an eye out. As you do, and you're sort of walking along. Did you do investigation or perception? Which one did you do?
Perception.
Perception. As you do, you're looking out for traps and more floating liches, and you don't see any. And you see, you sort of left this room, and you're back in this network of tunnels. And as you do, you kind of got one eye on the walls. And they're continuously marked with these ancient like images and etchings and stories of a long forgotten, perhaps dead, perhaps abandoned god. But you see in some of them every now and then more or different figures seem to appear, and some of them they appear to almost resemble like floating orbs, little circles that appear to have like, I don't know, ripples coming out of them almost. And some of them are like alone, some of them are in clusters, and these things have paint on them. They're the only things that have color at all on them. Everything else is just sort of carved or drawn onto the rock almost in like a black charcoal, probably magically done somehow. But these things have colors, blues and oranges and purples, greens on them. And this catches your eye as you're walking through.
You want to ask me?
Do they look like riftlings?
I think, yeah, that thought pops into your head. And I mean, roll a nature check or survival.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Hey.
You are like, yeah, these look like riftlings. I think these are riftlings. And as you kind of think, the colors that they are align with the colors that you know riftlings to be. I think, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think orange is maybe the death domain, maybe. And like purple is twilight. You kind of noticed that each riftling kind of has a different, in real life, association with a domain. And you maybe see this a little bit in these images as you look at them, looking at these context of these are riftlings. You're like, oh yeah, like there's some here where these smaller cave drawings of people that you take to be children are playing with some of the purple riftlings. They seem to be like honoring the ones associated with nature and in a woods, like they're leaving like offerings and gifts to them. But again, no role necessary. This strikes you as absolutely strange and bizarre because, as far as you know, riftlings have existed for 21 years since the rift happened. That's why they are called riftlings.
You point this out.
Yeah. I think Alanis would have stopped walking and gone up to stare at the wall.
So they used to be here.
Apparently. Centuries ago. But then why would they leave and why would they come back? And why would nobody ever mention them?
Well, this is presumably millennia ago.
Yeah.
Because it's the old gods. So no one
The old gods.
outside of thousands and thousands of your creatures would know.
But we have stories of the old gods. We don't know if they're true or not. But people have myths and legends. There's never any stories of the Riftlings. Not until, the Rift's opened.
In all of these
And-
drawings, sorry, this is the DM question.
No,
In
no,
all
you
of
go
these
on.
drawings, is there any kind of like thing that looks extra planar or like a look of a rift?
Roll me a investigation check to have a little look there.
What's my investigation? What was it? Oh, okay, I rolled a 19 plus 9, 28.
Whoa, shit.
Wait.
It's a no, but it's a solid no. Like you're looking, being like, okay, like I know Riftlings as things that appeared with the rift, implying some sort of extra planar existence. Did this happen before? And you do not see anything that looks like a rift that would indicate any kind of like travel, particularly. I think the closest you would see is maybe you see evidence of drawings of people casting spells and magic, and one of them looking like a teleportation circle. Like it is so rudimentary, but I think you recognize some sort of very fucking basic rune that you're like, oh, that's a rune you use in teleportation spells. That's the closest thing to extra planar, and even that
Interesting.
was just like going down
Yeah,
the road sort of
same
thing.
plane.
It wasn't going to exactly. Yeah, you don't see any sort of evidence. Now you're looking for it, you see no evidence of hells, you see no evidence of the Feywild. There's not like, you know, tall kind of Fey looking creatures. There's no one with like devil horns really. There's horned creatures because like tieflings existed and things like that, but nothing that to you you're like, oh, that's like the city of Dis that someone saw and then carved into the rocks. Yeah, there's none of that.
So this is definitely this plane that the
100%,
drawings are of.
yeah, you're pretty sure of that. Yeah.
I wonder if we could talk to Riftlings like great grandparents. See what's up with them.
You talk to your great grandparents?
Nah, devils will live a very long time. I'm talking material plane lifespans. It's how is our dad? I don't know if we've ever explicitly discussed.
Old.
Yeah, old.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
check if dad. I'm joking. It's dad in these pictures. No, I'm joking. Be like, oh my god, he looks terrible. It's very interesting. Did someone try? Would someone have tried to keep the Riftlings out? Like, why did they disappear for millennia? It makes no sense. And then someone's
no
tried to
sense.
reintroduce them through the rift.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone really knows why the rift opened. It just did.
April, as in the player, is losing their mind over like campaign 1 things.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
gonna keep dialogue down. Oh my god.
I mean, you can share if you want. Like,
no, April needs to go to her drawing board and consult the tome.
Red string.
Yeah,
indeed.
April's gonna
Internally, I'm like, oh my god, this is why they did what they did.
Oh my god, that's like a Murphy bed behind you, and you're gonna lift it up, and there's just gonna be like an
Just
insane
true.
But yeah.
Yeah, Riftlings are never on other planes. They're not in the Feywild. They're not in the Hells. They're not in the Shadowfell. Only here. And I thought that was because of the rift, but maybe they were always here, and they were sealed away, and the rift just opened the weave and let them come through again. But why would they be sealed away? Did they just do with the old gods?
It would indicate here. I mean, the
Then
old
what
gods
happened to the
disappeared
old
with the
gods?
Riftlings.
Are some of the Riftlings evil? The old gods were kind of dicks.
One could assume there were all manner of good and evil beings of any kind.
But there's no evil Riftlings now. They're neutral, but most of them just kind of help.
Sense. Are there any Riftlings here around us?
There's not. No, you haven't seen any. And I think I've probably not been describing them when, to be fair, they probably are there. But there's probably been some around, like the campsite. Going up the mountains, there's probably quite a lot of nature riftlings, which you've encountered before. As these kind of green. Sorry, I'm like, green is so basic for nature. Green, kind of a softish yellow green light that you've associated with them. I'd say actually probably around when the assassination happened, you probably saw a bunch of like Order and Grave riftlings. So the Order ones are like a deep blue. And I've obviously not finished building them because it says smells like, sounds like. Nothing, I don't know. But to be fair, what does Order sound like? I've not figured that out yet. But yeah, and so yeah, down here there's none. I wouldn't say they're conspicuous in their absence. But yeah, there's none around here.
I have two things. Izzy, do you want to do anything before I start yapping?
No, yap away.
Right, two things. Is there any kind, I think I probably already asked this last session, any kind of text of any kind
I don't think you
on
did.
any of the drawings, even like runic?
Cool, right. Roll me investigation.
Could I cast comprehend languages on myself using my archivist spectacles?
Of course you can. Of course
before
you
I
can.
do that.
Okay,
chance.
yeah. Just on the off chance you might miss something. Yeah,
Yeah.
in that case then roll it at advantage. That's not me saying there is any, but you're expending a spell slot, so
Investigation, did you say?
yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh, that first one was good. Oh, second one was 19 again. 28.
Is there any? I didn't write anything down about words, but it would make sense if there were some. However,
You saw runes.
comprehend. Did we? Remind me.
You saw runes just now. Wrath saw runes of like a very basic runes of like the
Oh
teleportation.
right, sorry.
spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their last languages are more like, I guess, the language of the weave writing.
Yeah.
But in terms of words,
We saw symbols. We saw like religious iconography symbols.
Sorry to be off something left field.
No, I love it. I'm thinking. I'm like, do you see a name? But I don't think you do. I think I probably said this before actually around the religious iconography. No one bothered to write a name or explain what was going on here because it's like seeing a cross and knowing that means Christianity. So the symbols were enough. However, I think that you notice a few words every now and then, and they're really sparse. It's like there's, for every 10 drawings, there's like a handful of words in every other drawing. I think there's probably place names, which, run me just an intelligence check.
Use that brain box.
Oh, let's fucking go. 23. I would have 18.
23. Amazing. Yeah, so I think there's place names. You don't see words like Alanil, Caldetta, because these places are relatively new. Like Caldetta, they didn't really exist until the end of the Second Era, when like countries were formed, really. And Alanil is, I mean, you don't know the etymology of the word really, but like it matches with Caldetil and can't remember now, but the other two major, they're on the homepage, the other two major cities in Caldetta, ending in IL. I think you notice words like it looks like Frist, which you're like, that's like Frister, which is Friday. And then you sort of remember that all of the days of the week are named for the ancient countries of Uriel. Of Uriel.
That's cool.
And there's countries that don't really exist. So Valenda is for Valenis. Friesta is for, you're not really sure, but there's a place called Fristaden in Sintanto, which almost exists a bit like the Vatican City, and it's its own place. And it's that Fristaden is sort of like where culture started on the continent of Lipari, like that's where laws were agreed. Like it's the Fristadan calendar that you're following. But there's things like Wista, which is for the wisps, which is another continent you know of. But then there's those ones that you don't know really. Like Sovda is for Sova, which now is part of North Valennis. But Sender, you don't know where Sender means really. And so I think you get glimpses of these old words, old countries, and it's a bit difficult because there's not really anything to translate. The alphabet is the same. But yeah, it all has this kind of old root language that you would recognize as like the root language of Lipari, like the ancient language of Lipari that like no one really speaks. That's like it's like Latin or ancient Greek, or more obscure than that. Like no one does actually really speak it here. It's just used in naming things like the Sierra Trethys or Dragethan, these old words that like don't really mean much. You see words that sound like that, but then place names or names of things like proper nouns. Is that right? Proper nouns? That there aren't translations for them, but there's no sort of explanation or story written down.
That's so fucking cool. Holy shit. Is this recording? Because April's going to come back and make
recording.
about this. Thank God. Oh. Rath just had an inception moment. He was like,
Rath knows that's
see
the
the ancient text.
Frieda's like, what's going on? Why have we stopped?
Rath has like unlocked 100%.
We're cracking the case wide open, okay? Just
Frieda's like,
bear with us.
Get on with it. And Frieda they're wearing a coat, and from like a deep pocket they pull out a newspaper and just stare at it in the dark.
In the dark.
Jesus Christ. Rath starts writing down all like the names that he's aware of, and like the religious iconography will like try to sketch out the symbols just so he has it for later.
Of course.
Rath is bad at drawing canonically.
Oh, it looks terrible. I will say Rath's notebook is his spell book. So it's very unorganized. It's so like spell, random notes, spell.
Shopping list. Love it.
Yeah.
I'll say as well, you probably can get it quite accurate though, because I said before it's like you can do like a rubbing of it. So you don't have to worry about accuracy on your part. You can capture that.
Sorry, I'm going to continue yapping because there was a second thing I wanted to ask, which is even
to.
more left field. Sorry, lads.
No.
We love an April left field.
There is no riftlings about in these ends.
No.
Okay, this is very left. I don't even. This is like I don't know.
You can say no like, moment in ages.
If I
say it.
You can say no, but if Rath's a wizard and has spent a long time with the arcane, so he's kind of like very familiar with accessing the weave. Rath is going to try and reach out into the weave, but intentionally try. And he's seen many different kinds of riftlings before. Reach out to riftlings, or try to sense their presence within the weave.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Don't know what that works.
Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Which I recently have advantage on. We love to see.
That's huge.
Oh!
Does that come from the Archivist spectacle thingies?
Oh yeah, pick up those spectacles. Oh fucking yes! I got another 18. I'm rolling like fucking dynamite. 18 plus 9, 27.
27. Okay. So as you reach out into the weave, and it's different from how Luca did it earlier, which was like, I don't fully understand what's going on here, but I can look at it and see something's missing and something's wrong. You're like microscopic detail, Excel spreadsheet. You're like really understanding it, getting down to like the DNA of it, and looking at it more like a mathematical equation. You're like, something's not adding up here. What is similar to this? What could fit? And so tell me again, so you're reaching out to the weave to like try and, what was it? Understand riftlings? Communicate with, what was it? Sorry?
Well, he's been around riftlings before.
Yes.
And like, I would say like for a wizard, a very like arcane user, they would kind of sense a magical presence from them or some kind of arcane presence.
Okay.
And he's trying to, based on that, reach into the weave and feel if he can see anything.
Yeah.
Or like, try to deduce like, I don't know.
No.
Where they might,
cool.
where the nearest one might be.
Oh, that's quite cool. Interesting. Okay, so.
Very left field. I don't even know quite what I'm asking.
This is the game. I built riftlings. I think you compare in your mind then, and I think you kind of reach out to the weave, your understanding of it in the moment, to kind of have that up in one tab, and then another tab you have like what rifflings felt like, and then you've never thought about this before, but now you do think about it and pull on certain strands of the weave to like elevate your understanding of Arcana and the world around you. You realize that rather than feeling like the weave, it is the absolute opposite. They feel like,
Oh.
the closest I can explain it is antimatter. Like they
Ooh.
feel like lack of weave, whereas you know that the weave isn't just some arcane, academic concept. Like the weave is in everything, and like leaves on the trees,
Yeah.
like druids can manipulate it. The canal that your sister is in right now is manipulated by the weave.
You should know this too.
Rifflings feel like something that exists outside of the weave.
Fuck it, That's
Which
cool.
you didn't know could happen.
Mhm.
You didn't know that was a thing. Even you, someone from another plane, the weave is like it transcends it. Like
Yeah.
you could manipulate the weave in Lipari, same as you could in the Hells, and maybe there's a distinction there. Magic feels different on different planes. It's very cool and interesting, and it probably does. Rifflings, yeah, they feel not a lack of weave, they just simply don't exist in it. But like if you were to drop, I don't know, an apple into a bucket of water, the apple, even though it is not water itself, can manipulate the water around it just by virtue of taking up space in it. And
Yeah.
I think you are like, oh, I've touched something a bit complex here. But rifflings are like the apple and the weave is water. But the water is also the world. Because the weave is the world. And you're like rifflings through virtue of not existing as part of it can influence it just by moving around.
Oh.
And I think you know that no one has been able to speak to rifflings. No one, apart from until Alanis did. And I think you're like, maybe that's why. Maybe somehow Alanis, who's like a riff walker, playing a Horizon Ranger, something about her upbringing, the way she interacts with the weave,
is the
past that. And yeah, there's something there. And I think even with a very good roll, you obviously don't get all the answers, but
yeah, don't know Alanis that well.
there's something there.
I'm like, can you give me your CV real quick? Thank you.
There's a rundown of my life.
Do I sense anything arcane about Alanis? Following that vein. I know it's too complex for me, but I'm like, okay, so what's the basics?
I think
Rather just starts looking you up and down.
Frida can't see, but he's jealous. You can say that out loud. Out loud into the dark.
I'm not taking any risks.
Rax is there with his smart spectacles, like, it's not seducing you right now. It's very unattractive.
But everything Wrath does is attractive, so unfortunately. Alanis is picking up what Wrath is not putting down. I think that you do not notice anything particularly unusual about Alanis. I think if there is something different or special about Alanis, it's more in the way that she thinks and interacts with things rather than the way that she physically is.
Okay, sound. Thank you. That was incredible.
Good. No, good questions. Yeah. I assume you share. Frida's getting a fucking... What a mad day Frida's having.
Oh, indeed, I share this, but it comes out in like complete ramblings, like very fast, very rapid. He's like, and whilst he's still discovering
putting it
things,
together, yeah.
Yeah. He's having a beautiful mind moment here.
So what I'm getting is, we need to find a riffling. I mean, talk to a riffling. Because the last time I asked them what plane they came from, they couldn't tell me. But it was like something was stopping them. So maybe we have to phrase it differently.
They signed NDAs. Nifty
Just
contract.
something
size.
big.
Or did they?
And I
Was it
need to
something
know.
stopping them, or did they come here? Because clearly they predated like most civilization
But
here.
that's the thing. This was before we knew that they predated. So I asked them what plane they were from.
They were like,
Because
here, dumbass.
I'd never seen them on another plane.
Yeah.
But they couldn't tell me anything. It was like
Oh.
they were being silenced. So does that mean they
Ooh.
were here with
An
the gods?
entity
And when the
stop-
gods left, they left, and the gods are still stopping them?
Have they
Or is there
forgotten
something
why? Because if the
bigger?
people have
Have they
forgotten the
forgotten
gods,
why?
did they forget?
Yeah. Did they forget themselves?
My mind map has gone crazy right now in the last like 10, 15 minutes. Oh my
Did
god.
something seal them away in the first place? I just need to... Yeah, I need to talk to a Riffling.
Did Toki also talk to Rifflings? Or was it just you?
Just Lannis.
I don't know if he's ever tried.
Yeah, have you ever
Sorry,
tried to
April's
talk to
remembering
Rifflings?
people talking in Sylvan and then people responded, but that might not have been Rifflings, that might have been
That was
birds.
the
That was
dragon.
My bad, my
Yeah.
bad.
The
April fumbled there.
dragon?
The little
No, I think
pseudo
you're
dragon.
right. In the fight when we were with the caravan, and there were those
Them,
two
yes,
little
thank you.
Rifflings playing with the kids.
Mm,
Toki did talk to them.
that's yeah, I felt like it
They
was
weren't
based on a
rifflings, were they? They were
language.
like little
They felt like
Fey
Rifflings.
A dragon.
things.
Just in betweeny, not actually Rifflings.
But Lauren did say that. I wrote it down because I've been looking through my notes because there were Rifflings following Wrath and Wraith because they were really interested in them and I was trying to figure out if they said anything. But yeah, the two things, they felt like Rifflings even though they weren't.
You did also see rifflings with Toki the night you met, but we didn't speak to them really. But they showed us that room.
We were too busy fucking. We should have talked to Rifflings for
It was
God.
pre that. They showed us we found that room in the library.
Oh yeah, I remember that room well, Toki,
Rifflings
don't worry.
the rifflings were congregating around there.
Some of them were sure congregating, yeah.
Yeah, those were knowledge Rifflings. Yeah, they were.
They learned that night, I'm telling you now. April's gonna stop being dirty, move on. Apologies. Frida, any thoughts, mate?
Yeah, Frida?
Thoughts on Rifflings?
Yeah. What's your vibe?
Of
I like
apple
'em.
pie, what else are we talking about?
Yeah. Oh, well, all right. I mean,
Sorry,
buy me a
unnecessary.
slice later. Frida's like, no, I like Rifflings. They're fun little guys. They stop the milk going bad.
They can stop milk going bad?
And you've heard this sort of thing before, like old wives' tales. People have started to randomly associate with Rifflings. In like 21 years, people like see them as sort of like folklore figures. Like, and people leave like handful of silver out to the Rifflings, and they'll help you find your true love. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It probably is within the realm of a Riffling to be able to stop milk going bad, but whether or not, leaving a piece of leather out for them will make them do that, you don't know. But there's definitely an element there of like you give them offerings to do stuff. Preservative Rifflings.
Raph takes out his rations and just holds it to the sky.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, you've got jerky.
Nothing happens, obviously. I just wanted to do that because he's done with us. Well, I guess we carry on unless we have any other things to do here. Lannis and Frida.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a rubbing of the Riffling
Nice. Yeah.
if I can.
Nice one. Absolutely. Yeah, you absolutely can. Obviously, you don't sort of get the colour, but you're obviously able to note down that. Nice one. Cool. You guys carry on walking, and we're going to flip to Luca, who is hanging from the ceiling. No, you've fallen, and you are 20 foot across this room, with 20 foot ahead of you.
Yes. Am I able to see any further glyphs to shoot them at the place before?
You know what?
Oh, again.
I think actually, yeah, because you've sort of identified, you can see, and there's nothing physically to see. You just see kind of shimmering. The glyphs only become like present once they've been activated. But I think if you tried to attack them, it would be combined with an Arcana check to sort of identify them. If you failed the Arcana, you'd be shooting blind, so at disadvantage. But yes, absolutely, you can have a go at that. to kind of sense where those missing puzzle pieces might be.
Yes, please. Arcana, right. A 17 on my Arcana.
Nice. So I think the next one, the 30-foot point, you are able to kind of estimate within like 5 foot. You feel pretty confident about where it is, and so yeah, please roll attack.
Thank you. That's a 25.
No, that absolutely hits, and like I say, no damage really needed other than 1 point. And so the arrow hits the ceiling, passes through this like shimmering barrier that you see there. As it does, kind of catches fire, and from the ceiling, there's like a flash of red-orange light, and this like whip of flame, this tongue of flame licks down, and then shrivels in on itself and just fades away. And you are able to see there's still space around it where you like there's gaps there, but you've created a 5 foot like safety point, basically, like stepping stone that you could jump to.
I will move into my stepping stone.
Amazing.
And
I won't make you roll or anything because I'm sure you are fine. Doing a little jump, a little hop.
And I will try and get the last one between me and the door.
Amazing. Another Arcana check, please.
That's an 18.
Amazing. That is a success. So roll your attack.
And that is a 26.
26. Amazing. Yeah. Once again, you hit it. And as you hit this final one, it's almost like an electrical circuit has been broken or something. Because that shimmering along the ceiling ignites all at once, and the room becomes like much hotter. You start sweating a little bit as you complete your final jump and leave the room, as this like shimmering curtain of fire covers the ceiling and does not fade, just seems perpetually activated, creating lots of light, which is nice. And you are free to carry on.
Hell yeah, thank you. I'm going to carry on.
Amazing. You carry on walking. Chloe and Steph, roll me a d4, both of you, please.
It's a 4 for me.
2 for me.
So, Toki, we come to you. I'll let you tell me, how far do you think you were away from your rooms when Toki appeared? Because it was sort of the last place that appeared in Toki's, or first thing that appeared in Toki's mind. Would it have been somewhere close to his rooms? Do you think you could? I mean, you don't know how long, if this is going to end, how long it lasts. But how long would you say it would take you to walk to your rooms from where you were?
I think probably like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it's fairly close. I think it's like streets he's walked down a lot, probably run down. I think it was heavily inspired by his dream the night before of running. And probably all of the chats about things that happened in Sintanto as well. But yeah, I think he's not too far from his flat.
Nice one. So I'll say then, yeah, like 7 minutes, let's call it. And maybe 5 because you're walking at a bit of a brisk pace. But you make it to your flat.
Incredible. As I walk, I would like to sending to Wraith with the sending stone. I wrote it down. Where is it? Right. Sorry about the lanterns. Are you okay? You disappeared. I've just been transported to Sintanto. Where are you? Come to, and then my address, if close. In the hope that maybe we all ended up in Sintanto. Who doesn't know?
Brilliant.
I will put that in the chat for you, Steph. And that is what that's what you get.
Amazing. So lying on the red sands of the Vicarian desert on the banks of this canal, the sending stone goes boop boop, and then Toki's voice appears out of it.
Saint's sake, I almost drowned. I'm in the desert, in Vicaria. I don't think I'm nearby. What in the hells are we going to do now?
and I cannot respond to that because the stones are done. So Tucky will take that. What in the house are we going to do now? As he walks up the steps to his flat. I also, I think he'll do it when he gets there. Would like to get my locator stone out from Delina and activate it.
Fuck me. Okay. Yeah.
And then
Yeah. So in a pocket, 20-minute walk
Yep.
away, in her office at uni, Delina's stone goes off, telling her that you are in Santanto.
Yep.
That's insane.
When last night you were in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having just received. Yep.
Yep.
That's
so
unreal.
and then I think Tucky would like to. I think Tucky's still very confused, and I think he is aware that, you know, we had these dreams, people were wearing people's faces. He's not 100%. I think I just, having felt that fizz or whatever, and then found myself here, I think Tucky would like to try and figure out if it is, like, what kind of magic, if he really has been transported here, or if it's some kind of illusion, or it's all in his mind, and just try and get a bit more of an understanding about what is happening to him and what he could do about it.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Well, that was a natural 2 with a +6 is an 8.
+6, okay. And with an 8, I'll say you rule out illusion. Actually, with an 8, you're like, no, I'm here. I think, I can't remember if you did or not. Maybe you didn't. Did you cast detect magic in that room with the lanterns?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I'd cast it at some point. Let me
You
see.
know what? You've been in a teleportation circle before.
Oh,
And I
you
think even
cast
with
it
an 8.
to try and detect the others.
But then I did cast it again. I think I did cast it in the room.
You then. Let me close that. We've finished that trap. Oh no, I've gone on the wrong page. This has told me about it. Yeah, I think you felt conjuration magic, and then with this, you like teleport. Yep. And so I think even with an 8, you're like, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together, and I think I might actually fucking be here, especially with Wraith being like, no, I'm in Vicaria. I think you're like, you don't kind of get the insight into, obviously you as the character, as a person, rather know that I asked you to come up with a place. But yeah, you're like, yeah, something in that room, whether it was the lanterns or something else, put me here. Activated some teleportation magic, and I am here for real. But with an 8, you're like, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know if I am just here now.
I might just be here and be like, and I have to fund my rift transport back to Caldetta. Luckily, I'm in more money than I've ever had before.
But yeah, you're at the foot of your house.
I go in, I guess.
Yeah. What's it like? Describe Toki's house. It's empty. Your roommates are out.
Of course they are. So yeah, it's one of those. It's on, a very narrow street. I think the buildings are all quite colourful. I think this one's a sort of this one's a bit more subdued. This one's a sort of browny orange colour, and it's one of those big townhouses that you have to like walk up the steps to get to the front. The front door, there's like a level below that's like windows, but it's not on street level. So he goes up the steps, and then he gets inside quite a dark hallway. There's stairs leading down to where someone lives below him. There's a room off to the side where someone lives. He's on the top floor, so he goes up. There's a shared kitchen downstairs that he doesn't bother going in. He cleaned it out before he left. So, but yeah, he goes up to his rooms on the top floor, and Wrath will have been in them, but they're very small. There's like a bed off to one side. It's slightly bigger than a single, but not quite a full double. There is a desk in the corner overlooking, like looking out of a window onto the street below. There's a little window seat with a little crocheted blanket on it. There's a kind of alcove in the corner with like a clothes rack where he keeps his where some of his clothes probably are still hanging, to be fair. And then there's like a bathroom off to the side, but it's very sparse. It's very clean and tidy because he last left here last year, like months ago.
Before Maren Vakala.
Before Maren Vakala, yeah, in Glacining. So I think it's really cold in the way that unlived in places are very cold. And yeah, I guess Tucky goes into his room. I mean, he's like, I'll check my post.
Yeah, I think you've got generic stuff. I think you might even have, I don't know, I don't think you've got letters from anyone particularly because I think everyone knows that you're in Caldetta.
Yeah.
But you've probably got sort of junk mail, like what the local politicians have been up to. They filled some potholes, started a community centre. There's some from the university, actually. I think you've got some posts from the university that's been sent to your address. And I think in holding them, you're like, these feel a bit official. And yeah, you can decide whether to open them or just leave them or put them at the bottom of your bag with everyone else you don't think about. But yeah, you're in your little room.
Yeah, I think he's going to sit down on the bed. He's going to take his armor off because he's like, I can't have people see me in my armor. Put that in the bag of holding. What's he going to do? So he's contacted Wraith. He's gone wild and he's contacted Talina. And he's been having a big day. I think... What is he gonna do? I think he's gonna like pull out some... I don't know, like old... like. I think he has a lot of dry books. I think he's gonna be looking for one that might have like information on where the closest teleporter circles are, and potentially
like the London A to Z.
yeah, like he's having a look. He's like, if I don't magically appear back in that cave at a specified time, if I'm just here for real, how much is it going to cost me to teleport back to Alano?
When you're a bit fit.
And
yeah.
How long is it going to take me to find somewhere I can teleport back to Alano?
Amazing. And so we will zoom over mountains, over ocean, to Wraith, having just replied to Toki. What's she doing?
So, Wraith's in the desert. She'll climb up the bank of the canal that she's on. Can she see anything but dunes?
Roll me perception check.
Canal. It's real low. So that's a 2 plus an 8.
Yeah, no, it's I'll say on the horizon there's sort of a sandstorm that seems to be whipping up, that's sort of obscuring. You can't see anything on either horizon, and whether that's because there's nothing there or because it's obscured, you're not sure.
Does, from her time in Vakaria, Wraith know which, like, there's quite a few canals. Do they flow down towards civilization or up towards civilization or down to the sea, or is it a bit of everything?
It's a bit of everything.
Cool.
I don't think they connect to the sea.
Yep.
They probably connect to like a river that connects to the sea. But the canals themselves don't. But I mean, they don't just float to nowhere. They are
No.
sort of like roads. It's like finding yourself on a motorway. You're like, I don't know what motorway this is, but I'm sure it fucking goes somewhere.
Yeah.
It's sort of where you are, rather than a river where you're like, this truly could lead nowhere.
So then Wraith is going to, from her top of a sound, you sit back down. She's going to pull out a dagger and make sure it's not in her shadow and stick it in the sand.
Yeah.
And she's going to take out one of the ball bearings that she has a pouch of and put it at the top of the shadow of that dagger.
Nice.
And she's going to wait 10 to 15 minutes. If she's still there, then when that shadow moves, she's going to put her ball bearing to where it's moved to.
Nice one.
And now she knows east and west.
Love it. Fair play. Nice one. Very good. Amazing. Yeah, you skip the need for a survival check. And you sit there and you watch, and 15 minutes does pass, and then another 15. And you know how long where east and west are, if that changes anything you might do next.
She'll then pull out her map of Lipari.
Yeah.
And go to maybe in her journal when they were traveling through the area.
Yeah.
And if she drew any local maps of the canals. And looking at the canal, down at the canal from however high her dune is.
Cool. Yeah.
And I don't know if she can see the curving of its past, but she needs to know where east and west is. She's going to try find it on her map, or at least find options of what it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, roll me a survival check. Go for it.
She'll try.
Quite hard. The DC is honestly 25.
20. Cool. Yep. Cool. I can't get it unless it's a nat 20. It's not. It's a 10.
Yeah, I think even with a 10, you're like, it could be anywhere. I don't know what section of the country.
Cool. What direction is the canal going?
The canal goes, let's say, sort of vaguely like north to south.
Okay. She's gonna start walking north.
Nice. And you start walking north.
Along the canal, following the canal. Actually, she'll fly. She'll fly along the canal.
Nice. You fly along the canal, following the canal. You are flying for, you estimate, about half an hour when all of a sudden a fizzing feeling takes over your body, and there's a tingling in the air around you, and then all of a sudden you are flying and gliding, and then you slam into a wall, and you are back in the caves.
Ow.
And you are on the other side of this lantern chamber, and there's two smashed ones on the floor.
Am I have I fallen to the floor, or did I just hit the... Okay.
You kind of hit the wall and fell down the wall.
Yep. Doggy. Doggy. I'm not in the desert anymore. Excellent. Well, assuming that Toki also... Well, we know Toki's not here, and we know that Toki's in Santanto. So Wraith's going to sit crisscross applesauce and wait for Toki to fizz back in. Because she fizzed back in.
Amazing. I love it. Yeah, and it doesn't take long, maybe 30 seconds. But Toki's sitting on your bed flicking through the Santanto A to Z. You feel a strange fizzing. And with that book still in your hands, you appear and kind of fall to the floor a little bit and appear next to Wraith, who is wet.
Does Toki...
Well, not that wet.
Do you have your armor with you?
It's in my bag of holding, which I'm hoping I have.
Could you imagine if you put that, like, if I was a dick and was like, you put it on the floor. The bag of holding and everything, everyone's money.
Sword, armor, all the money.
Ow. Hi.
Hi.
You good?
Perfectly. I'm dry now.
Ooh, you were in the desert.
In the canal.
Oh, but that's not fun.
No, you were in Santanto.
Yeah, I went home. Oh shit, I didn't lock my door.
Maybe your house
it'll be fine.
for you.
It'll be fine.
I mean, did anyone know you were there?
No, no one's ever in. Oh, I might have used that glyph she gave me to tell Delina.
Wise.
Well,
so wise.
I just, I thought I don't know what I thought.
That's gonna go well with your door unlocked, and then she comes rushing to see you safe and home after her letter's received.
I don't know that she'll. I don't think she's ever been to my flat. It's fine. Do you think I should tell her that I'm back here, or do you think that's just going to confuse things? I sort of haven't responded to the letter and wasn't really intending on doing so.
I mean, at this point, wouldn't hurt, would it?
Okay, I just think it's a bit needy, you know. Like,
I mean,
I don't want
she
to come
did
on too strong.
Did she not say to let her know or let someone know where you were?
Yeah,
You're
no,
not
she
in
did.
Santanta anymore.
She did. Okay, I've pulled the glyph out and I'll activate it again.
Amazing.
I hope
Fantastic.
Delina's not teaching. She's having a wild time.
Oh no, I've opened the dungeon making software. Go away. Yeah, and in her pocket, hundreds of miles away now, Delina's stone buzzes yet again. What she's doing, you don't know. But one perfectly manicured hand goes to grasp around it. But you find yourself back here with an extra book to carry around with you now.
Oh, nice. Well done.
You wanna I was planning on actually dumping some of my old ones that I've read and getting some new ones, but that's fine if we need to know what's going on where places are in Sintanto, then I've got us covered.
I was
So
thinking actually we could build a library in your bag of holding.
that's cute. I love
Community
that.
library.
That's fun. Okay, yeah, well, if anyone wants to read the A to Z of Sintanto, it's in there ready to be borrowed.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll start putting my armor back on as well.
Amazing.
Our Fearless Adventuring book club of an adventuring group.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just call yourselves the book club.
The book.
Stunning stuff. We will flip back to Alanis and Wrath. You are still walking through the tunnels when up ahead, well, roll me a perception check, both of you. I'm gonna roll for Frida. Natural 2.
Disadvantage?
Frida's it's a hearing one.
Oh, okay.
What?
Be good
I
to
got
keep
a
Frida
natural
honest.
1, so somehow he did better than me.
21.
Frida's like, I heard something. Shouting and you cannot hear it. What did you get, sorry, Wrath?
21.
21.
Oh.
Luca, what sound does Luca make when he moves?
What's that you mean?
Humming in Italian.
Yeah, gentle hum.
Ciao, bella, ciao, ciao,
I imagine as having like the clickiest shoes of all the party. Like he's just got those like fancy clicky shoes. So even when he's trying to be quiet, he's got those. That's probably his
As
telltale.
a rogue.
I love that. So yeah, Wrath, you hear like click,
So kind of stuff.
click, click up ahead of the shoe.
I hear Luca's clicked his shoes on the horizon. Luca, get
Oh,
your
thank God.
ass here, boy.
Oh, he's gonna hustle if he can hear them.
Click, 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 click.
Clicking speeds up.
Yeah. Frida clutches you. Is like, what's that?
It's a monster.
A fancy Italian man, bear with us.
A monster versus a fancy Italian man.
Italian man. Fantastic. And you see Luca hurrying down, slightly singed around the middle towards you. You see Wrath with a new haircut, naked basically from the waist up. And Alanis with a new friend.
What happened to you?
Oh, thank God. I don't even know what happened to me. There was a room with a magic ceiling. What happened to you? And he points at Wrath.
Oh, I just
Wrath
felt
tried
like
to
a new
fuck a lich.
chapter. Yeah, I tried to fuck a lich, then I got blown to shit by a fake lich. And I lost my hair and my clothes.
Tell him it looks nice, he's insecure.
I'm like,
Such a funny
Oh,
observation.
So true. So true.
Tell him it looks That's nice. He's
If you roll a high insight check on Wrath, he's like kind of in deep in it. He's like the silence isn't helping Wrath. Wrath starts looking very tense.
Oh, that's nice.
Frida's like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Wrath is like on the verge of tears. He's fine. He's like holding it back. He's like, I'm back. Fine. I'm fine. Fine. Have you seen Toki and my sister dearest?
You guys are the first guys I've seen.
Wrath just starts hollering for Wraith,
Oh,
Oh.
like top volume.
yeah.
We ended up on.
loud.
I'll explain to Luca. But like, we ended up on two different sides of this rock wall, and couldn't really hear them. I assume they were on the other side because they weren't with us.
I haven't heard.
You haven't seen anything?
I haven't seen anything, no, other than some fire whips that grabbed me. Do you think this whole place is traps?
Our lack of clothing would suggest.
I mean, Alanis looks fine.
Not all of us are dexterity.
Me.
Did you see any cave paintings?
Oh. No, I saw some glyphs, but that was just the magic. I didn't see any cave. But have you seen cave paintings?
I would have
So
said
many,
sorry, Luca.
yeah.
You probably actually would have. I just did not describe them. But yes, they were there, and they were very much in the similar vein of what everyone else has seen. But I don't think you saw anything or noticed anything different on you.
Yes, I did see some cave paintings. It looked like rifflings in like the old times, which is right.
No additional insight. Let's keep moving. Wait, no. If you came from that way, then that's the magic room. And we came from this way, and that's a dead end. Is there any other way we can go?
Roll a little survival check as you're walking and looking.
19?
19. As you keep walking, and you're sort of walking back, I think, Luca, you're probably walking for like 20 minutes after this magic fire room. You keep walking, all four of you. Frida's there. Frida also at one point is like, hey, I'm Frida, nice to meet you, and sticks his hand out to thin air, not knowing at all where you are, and we'll wait just like this for an incredibly long time.
Luca like freaks around, like
Jumps.
yes.
But yeah, all of you start walking back the way you came, Luca. And Alanis, you keeping an eye out because you're like, this feels like a weird little network. What's going on here? You notice, and it kind of makes sense why Luca probably didn't see it, because one of the tunnels, it's one of these areas that's entirely glass, dark glass all around it. One of the walls is not a wall, it's very much flush with it, but you notice the outline of what looks to be the shape of a door in one of these walls.
Okay. That is good. At checking for traps.
Yeah. Sorry, was it you rolling or asking who was gonna? Sorry.
I was asking.
Yeah. Who's good at it in your group?
Who's
Maybe
good at it?
investigation.
My investigation is +3.
I'm not a rogue, but my investigation's +9.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
He's very good at one thing. It's Arcana and intelligence-based things.
I think all that
Trust in your skills.
Yeah. If you're looking for traps, roll for traps.
Can't believe I'm the one checking for traps here. This feels wrong. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, another 18! Fuck you now. 27.
Damn, man, amazing. You examine the like outline the door, and now Alana's pointed out, you see sort of vague hinges as well there. Like, you would have mistaken them for just like protrusions in the wall, but actually you're like, oh, this was like carved and man-made. You don't.
Lauren, we've lost you.
That cut out. Sorry.
Be
Only the
silent.
last
Yeah.
sentence. Just the last sentence cut out.
You touched your headphones, and then they went.
Yeah, we've got like protrusions in the wall.
I'm not making noise. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, no.
No.
Now? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we
Yes.
go. That was odd. I must have nudged the microphone. Let me just make sure the things are still recording. Could you guys say something?
Hello.
I'm talking and everyone can hear
Something.
everyone. Yay. Cool. Right. So you are looking at the wall, the door. You notice these small protrusions, which you would have taken for just rocks jutting out of the wall, but actually they're hinges. You rule out any kind of physical traps. You don't see a trigger or any sort of thing. But talking to Luca, knowing about the fake lich and the explosion, you're like, some of these traps have been, all these traps have been magical in nature. And so you start to kind of look at it in terms of reaching out to the weave, understanding it, kind of trying to shift your vision and see it. And yeah, you conclude that this door is not trapped, it is just hidden.
It's all good, folks. Let's go.
Let's go.
Through the door.
Let's see what's behind the door.
Amazing. And you push the door open and it swings open. And as you swing it open, there's like a breath of like stale air that comes whooshing out to you. And it's almost like you've popped like a vacuum almost. And some sand comes rushing out to you. And as you look in, we'll figure out what you see later, because we will flip to the other two, to Toki and Wraith.
Should we try and get out of here?
Absolutely. But you didn't see anyone. back
No.
then.
I mean, some people saw me, but no one I knew. No.
That would have
I
been
didn't-
amusing. At least it would have been a funny story, Toki.
Well, I didn't exactly want to search anyone out and wanted to explain anything. I got some pretty official looking letters from the university though. Do we think I should open those now or just sort of put them off until I really need a
We've
bad
already-
day?
We've had a talk about putting things at the bottom of your bag.
Yeah, we agreed that it's fine and normal and good.
I'm not sure that's how the conversation went, darling.
Okay, well maybe let's get out of here and then I'll open the official letters. I mean, it could have been worse. I could have ended up at home, and I'd have had to explain to my family what I was doing there in a suit of armor and a sword. So
Imagine if you'd ended up in Delina's office, or wherever Blackwood was. You could have had a real fight then with the sword.
yeah, silver linings. Right, let's keep going.
But then you guys haven't sword fought yet, so no sword fighting for
I
you
don't
guys.
think Asta could swing a sword to save his life, to be honest.
Wasn't the sword I was talking about, though.
Right, let's go.
Amazing. You go.
I was going to say we're on the other side of the cavern now, but can we see, like, exits or tunnels or anything?
Yeah, roll me survival or investigation or perception as you're walking through.
That will be a 18 investigation.
Nice. So as you're walking, you come across a door, but again hidden, but more. The one that Alana's found was like blending in. This one's hidden down like a tiny little alcove sort of thing, hidden in shadow, and you almost miss it. And this one, where their one was in the kind of more magically man-made part of the tunnels, yours is in the kind of natural part of the tunnels, the parts that have on the wall these cave drawings on them. And as you notice the cave drawings before you notice the wall, because the cave drawings, unlike the other ones, are inlaid with gold. Or what appears to be gold. And you see this time they seem to be telling a sort of different story. It's like you see a depiction of mountains and then pathways within the mountain and then people walking within them, all of these on different like aspects of the wall. And then you see a central figure, human, carrying what looks to be like a large circular object, before another one shows people closing off a chamber and sealing it away. Yeah. And then these lead up to this door, and this door, like I say, hidden in shadow. The other one was like vibes of like an emergency exit, don't look at it. This one is like almost an entrance that maybe you just missed because these tunnels haven't been used in so long. I think as well, you see there would have been like torches lit guiding you towards this, and you can imagine it like reflecting off of the gold, but without it, and only really having your night vision and your dark vision to guide you. You see why someone would have missed it. But the door itself is like set under a grand archway, with those symbols that you saw, that religious iconography of the sun carved into it. The door itself is made of that black glass, with flecks of gold within it.
Look, I know I don't have a great track record for saying it'll be fine, let's just go in, but do you want to go in?
Absolutely, I want to. This is the first sign of proper treasure we've seen in ages. Wraith just inspects the wall. Is it gold paint, or could she peel the gold off with a dagger?
I think it's gold inlaid. Yeah, so you could give it a go. I will say, and you can absolutely, I would absolutely love for you to keep doing what you're doing. Wraith does get the sense that she's in a very holy place. Would that change what she does? And it's fine if not.
Yes. No, it would. I think she'd get her dagger out instinctively and then just inspect it with the dagger and one glance at Toki's face.
Yeah, I was like, Toki's not impressed.
I was just checking. I've done a lot of blacksmith reading recently.
Right, yeah, okay.
It's real, it's inlaid. Must have cost a small fortune to set up.
Seems to have meant a great deal to people.
Let's go in.
Yay. Amazing. You push on the door and there's some resistance there, and you do have to shove, and I won't ask for a strength check because I want you to pass it because I want you to get in, but you have to keep shoving for quite a little minute, and you push it open, and you look in and you see on the other side of the room your brother and Alanis and Luca, and you've all ended up in the same place. How fortuitous. Luca and that lot, you got here a couple of minutes ago, and so you have entered the room, and you have seen a large chamber. It's sort of like 100 foot by 40 foot or something like that. There are 4 columns, and this whole chamber is noticeably built out of a different kind of stone. It's like a pale white stone that this is built out of. The ceiling is so much taller, sort of pushing 60 feet, where all the other chambers you've been in have been like max 30, usually around 20. Domed, almost cathedral-like. There's 4 columns, 4 pillars that stretch upwards to the ceiling, and in the center there is this dome of stone, of white stone, that is kind of almost, it's a bit like an igloo, being built by like different bricks and forming this spherical dome shape. There's a glittering of something like gold at the top, and it's glittering because from these columns, as soon as you enter the room, magical light, almost like sunlight, started glowing. Like you have full vision in here. You, Luca et al., have entered through the eastern door. You see that there's like vines crawling up the walls, there's a few little plants growing that are growing amidst some rocks, and it looks like through time the ceiling has maybe started to fall in, and there are some kind of brown rocks scattered on the floor. To the south, there's a southern entrance, and that is completely caved in. There, it looks like evidence of an old cave-in, not like the sinkhole that you guys fell into. Just piles of rocks and rubble. To the north, there is an extremely grand archway that doesn't go anywhere. It looks almost like a door, but you can't step through it. It's just of this slightly darker pale stone inlaid with gold. And then on the other side, on the western side, there is another door, golden as well, but less grand, that in the last few seconds you've noticed it move. And as you look around and brace, prepare, you see Toki and Wraith fall through this door. Noticeably as well, there were also 4 statues in this room. 3 of them are situated around that white dome, and another one is by the rock, like cave-in that's happened. And I will show you guys this place. Boom.
Exciting.
Ooh.
Stresses me out that one of the statues isn't where it's supposed to be.
Mm.
Statue.
So yeah, you are on all your different sides. You don't need to worry about where you are. I'll put you there just so we can visualize. Oh, you move back. So we are. Frida doesn't get a token.
Just leave Frida by the door.
That's right, Frida's not in the battle. Frida's safe.
You don't know
Behind
there's a
the
battle.
arch.
You're just exploring a little temple.
Stay there.
Yeah, this is where you are.
These mysterious walking statues.
Hey, friends. You guys good?
Hey. Yeah.
Reunion.
You
You
guys
look a bit worse for wear, Raph.
Where is your shirt, brother?
Oh, just some Firefall play. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I like the hair. It's less to grab
It is
onto, but
growing on
it
me.
suits you.
Oh, you miss holding on to something, Saki. I see.
So when Toki says it, you believe it.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think we're destined to be together.
Oh, definitely not. No.
No, I got
No.
that vibe. Don't worry.
It's just, saying it to be nice. 'Cause
I appreciate you. You
Hey,
look
friend, a
wonderful
compliment.
today, Alanis.
Thank you, Raph.
You are most welcome, dear friend.
Did you guys end up in weird places?
Other
Uh,
countries,
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
just the tunnel.
desert, city, canal.
What?
Where did you
What
go?
happened to you?
I've been on a bit of a jolly back to Sintanto.
And I thought I'd go
Wraith-
somewhere warm.
How?
Magic.
We
Well, then,
triggered something. I think it wanted us to stay away, but can't keep us down. We're back.
well, we just walked through some tunnels.
Oh. It's a bit boring.
Are we shouting this
Yeah.
across the room to each other?
Yeah.
No one's moved.
And you don't have to move yourselves on the map. That was just, I put you there so
Yeah.
that you could see it. But yeah.
Thank you.
So what's this place?
Yeah, now that we've caught up, I want to have a look at this dome
Mm.
thing.
Yeah. If you look at the dome, you can see quite clearly as you go over to look at it. The dome, much like the rest of the tunnels around you with the cave art, depicts several scenes with figures. However, instead of being drawings, this is more like sculptures, and the figures sit inside little alcoves, almost like mini stages carved into the side of this dome. And the figures are made of this same smooth, dark glass that's in the tunnels. Like, not fixed down, can be picked up if you wanted to. But as you look, there's a crown. There appears to be, like, among these dioramas, there's like crowned figures that sit in rays of the sun. There's a kneeling figure who's offering a gift to a large creature that's carved into the dome, and that creature cannot be picked up. On the northern side, around here, there's a like an entryway, not a door, just an archway, that leads into the dome.
I'll go
Does
into
it-
the dome.
What was that question before Izzy goes in?
I was gonna say, does it look like it might be like a tomb or a crypt?
Roll me whatever check you feel would answer that question for you, because it could be religion, it could be history, it could be intelligence.
I'm- 3, because I think Luca has seen fancy crypt stuff
You said the
before.
family crypt, yeah.
The family crypts, etc. That's a 22.
I think you cast your mind back to other like graves, crypts that you've seen. This doesn't appear to look like that. And while you're aware that these tunnels are very, very old and predate modern history, obviously burial rites could have been different. You're inclined to say no, it's not a grave. I think more than anything, the placing of it doesn't scream like. Obviously, you have, you know, ancient Egyptian buried in pyramid, locked away. But this, the if you were honouring someone who's important enough to put in a crypt, it seems this room itself isn't grand enough. However, it does seem this dome itself does seem to be honouring something, telling a story. There's a certain reverence to the way it's built, very deliberate, but it doesn't imply telling the story of someone's life. It's almost honouring this ancient god instead.
I was going to ask, could, having seen the the drawings outside that were inlaid in gold about the person carrying the circular object and locking it in the cave, this cave, from the looks of it, can I try and infer like any story from the 4 different dioramas?
Roll me just a. I don't know.
I was thinking
check?
insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolling dog shit today. There's still a 15.
Nice one.
That's only because I'm +8.
Yeah, I think that you infer.
Oh no, sorry, I've mathed wrong. Sorry, 11.
11. In that case, I think it's hard for you to tell. You can't like you're kind of like, okay, these crowned figures are probably royalty, right? And there's a lot of like the sun, and the sun seems to be who they're worshipping. And then you're like, they were carrying some sort of orb somewhere, I assume here, because you assumed that, but you can't seem to piece together what these figures in these dioramas might have to do with anything. Wrath, what are you doing?
Sorry, April's just come inside from a delivery. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on play right now. Sorry, so you kind of deduced what was happening, but not fully? Steph?
Something was stored here. Some circular, revered object.
Can I try and investigate what that was?
Yeah, how are you doing that? Sort of, obviously Alanis is just, and I'm waiting to see what everyone's doing before Alanis like enters the dome. But yeah, what are you but what are you doing, like Wrath, exactly to investigate? Would it be helpful if I went to Toki while you settle,
around.
or
Sorry, I didn't hear the last second.
would it be helpful if I went to Toki while you settled, or are you?
No, I'm good to go now. Well, based on what my sisters perceived, starting to like piece together everything in this room, like, well, what is the purpose of it specifically? Like looking around, any detail.
Okay. Yeah, roll me.
nature, so anything, even in that realm.
Yeah, roll me investigation then.
16 plus 9. 25.
Damn, you're rolling well.
I know.
It's
I've
great.
rolled high teens.
It's
All
great.
high.
You
No 20s though.
no. You look around, and Joe, you notice a few additional details. You notice, I mean, there's like carvings of animals and things on the walls, some of the walls.
Mhm.
There's within that cave-in, you notice there's like a couple of dead bodies, some skeletons.
Mm.
You notice that this golden gleaming thing, if you like flying, because you can, there's like a golden
Yeah.
gleaming disc on the top of the dome at the very, very top. And that itself seems to be illuminating some of the sunlight. And rather than the
Okay.
pillars themselves illuminating the light, you notice higher up the pillars have this polished glass effect to them, and so they're actually reflecting rather than creating the light of this false sunlight from the golden disc on the thing, what's it called, dome. I think also as well, noticing, like, looking around, investigating as much as you can, the statues, they strike you as kind of odd because they don't fit with the rest of the room. Like, the stone is wrong, but then also you're like, everything else here is built in deliberate worship, and like carved so deliberately, and it's not like these are like slapdash or anything like that, but
Yeah.
they don't look like they're part of a set. They don't look artistically designed. They don't look,
Mhm.
like carved in a specific style. It's almost like they all look to be almost from like different times from each other. Like, some of them,
Ooh.
the clothing is, don't get me wrong, like, it's not modern, but it would be like
Mm.
the equivalent of us looking at someone wearing ancient Egyptian clothing and then medieval clothing. You're like, these are from
Oh.
different time periods almost.
Yeah.
These statues. There's different like armor as well on them.
Mhm.
Yes, I think that is what you notice. And I will say, in this moment, what is Toki doing?
I think Toki's going over to look at the statue that's by the cave-in. Kind of examining it, kind of, I don't know, making eye contact with it. I think he wants to reach out a hand and touch it.
Yeah.
That one, is that like one of the older ones? Is that like, what's the vibe of this one statue that's away from the rest of them?
Yeah, you reach out and touch it, and it is just cold stone statue. You roll me like an Arcana check or an insight. Do insight.
That's worse. That is a 12.
You reach out and touch it. You're sort of looking. This one appears to be one of the like older ones. In terms of like, let's say this one seems to be Viking-y. He's got a fun little hat on. Like, that's kind of the time away in the past we're talking about. And I think as you touch it, it's like you've had a whisper from another room. You're like, I think I heard something as I touched it. Not threatening. You're like, I feel like I heard, not voices, the ocean maybe? But it's so faint you can't quite pick up on what it was. And you're investigating this creature, and as you're doing so, Wrath, the final thing you noticed is that one of the flowers that's growing around the room has slowly crept towards Toki. Ever so slowly that it was hard to notice. But you see this flower suddenly rear up to 5 to 6 feet tall. 3 petals on it bloom incredibly quickly and reach out as if to attack Toki. What are you doing? You have like a bonus action's worth of movement or a reaction.
Me or Toki, sorry?
Toki doesn't notice it happening. and you have like a heartbeat. If
Tucky
you want to
behind
do
you, 6-5 feet right now.
Nice.
Let me check the best.
No, that's it. That's what you do.
That's what
You
I'd
yell
say.
out.
Okay,
and
cool.
Toki, you hear this. Maybe start to turn around, and as you do, you feel or you smell something odd and strange, and you others turn around to see this. I think like Alanis, maybe you're on the wrong side of the room to notice it, but Wrath, you see the orange flower on petals and blossoms on this flower almost shrivel and then like expand, and what looks like pollen emanates from it, and Toki breathes it in. And Toki, could you make a constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah. Oh, that's quite good actually. That's a 19.
19. You save and you are not poisoned. And you sneeze out this poison. And as you turn around, you see that a different section of the flower is rearing up to do something, and a yellow flower seems to be quivering. Are you doing anything?
I will bunny hop 10 feet away from it without taking opportunity attacks.
Nice.
And just start backing up.
Nice one. Nice one. Yeah, so you hop away, and as you do, you see that this yellow flower almost like spits sap, like a sticky sap that landed where you would have, and some of it gets on the statue. And where it does, there's a sort of like sizzing sound as this statue, I guess, takes acid damage from whatever this plant is doing. Once you move away, it kind of seems to fall still again. But yeah, is there anything you're doing? Or Alanis was about to walk in to the dome.
I think Toki will just so does it look, now that I've moved away from the statue, it's not interested in me anymore?
No, I think now you've moved out of its vicinity, it doesn't seem interested in you. But I
Okay.
think you look around and there's like 3 flowers on the southern half of the room.
Mhm.
And they aren't really in the same spot they were when you guys entered this temple. But you notice they're almost crawling along these little vines that are on the floor. Not quick enough to be a threat, but they can sneak up on you. And you see them kind of moving north a little bit. They've probably moved like 10 feet in the whole time you've been in here. But seem to be going sort of towards where everyone's gathered at the north of the dome.
Everyone keep an eye out, and I will just back up to join my friends.
Nice one. But yes, and so Alanis, now you've kind of got an eye on those flowers, and you do see them moving steadily towards you all. But again, like I said, it's like a glacial pace. You're like trying to outrun a snail. Like, don't worry about it. But Alanis, as you look into this orb, I keep calling it an orb, dome, it is... Gosh, I didn't write it down. I have to make it up. I mean, I know what it is. You see, compared to the outside, which is very ornately decorated, all that stands in here is a plinth with a kind of 5-foot column on it, with a beach ball sized stone on it, like gemstone, polished gemstone, sitting on this, I don't know what to call it, like a scepter, a little column,
Plinth.
thing, yeah. Just sitting there, like perfectly in the middle, directly underneath this golden disc on top of the dome. Just sitting there.
Is it giving off any sort of like magical aura in any way, or does it just look like a normal stone?
Roll an Arcana check. Even without one, it kind of looks just dim. Doesn't seem to be catching any light in particular. It's sort of a dull yellowy orangey stone, ambery but not reflecting light.
It was a 21 for
Nice.
Arcana.
With 21 for Arcana, you get the sense that you look at this and you're like, this is a magical object, like, don't worry about it. I got this. But then it doesn't have a magical aura. Not in the way where I said rifflings are like opposite of weave. This is something like a magical object that is no longer magical, like it's dead. It's inert. Power is gone. There's no power there. You get a flicker of like something, but you're like this, and kind of, I think you're putting together, you've heard people talking about the stories and a relic or holy revered thing, object that was sealed away here. You can kind of figure out this is it, and you're like, this feels like it should have been something, and it is just dead.
Does it match with any of the relics that I would know of the saints, or does it feel older than that?
Roll me a religion check. We'll say like DC 10.
12.
12.
I couldn't find religion.
Yeah, no, you're kind of going through the list of relics you have of the saints, and you're like, it doesn't really match up to any of them, particularly that I can think of. And then you're like, this does feel older. The whole place feels older. This feels like it predates it.
Okay. Have the vines caught up to me yet?
I think
Are
they're
they still flickering
getting
across the floor?
there. I think they're like, they've maybe reached like this statue here that's sort of like got the bow and arrow crossbow type thing.
Okay, I'm going to grab the stone.
Nice. You grab the stone.
That a girl.
You grab the stone, and as you do, it is cold to touch. It is incredibly cold to touch. You almost withdraw your hand, like you weren't expecting this. And these tunnels have been like reasonable temperature, like, but touching this, you feel like the palms of your hands and your fingertips almost stick to it, like you almost get frostbite. And as you do, are you like lifting it up, taking it away, or?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really heavy. Like this is a solid beach ball of just rock and stone. And I think you probably were expecting it to be heavy, so don't stumble or drop it. But as you do, this cold feeling emanates out of it. And anyone that was around there in that vicinity, you feel this chill, and you can see your breath in the air, and that golden disc that was shining with the light of the sun suddenly seems to dim, and the whole place goes dark, completely pitch black, apart from a tiny glowing little blue light that's glowing now in the center of this ball that you're holding, Izzy, or what's your name, Alanis. And as you do, you hear like a voice from the grave behind you, like a death rattle that speaks in a language that you do not understand. But I think you can catch tone, and you catch threat and warning and anger. And could everyone please roll me initiative, as a skeletal... I don't want to get you excited, April. It's not a lich, but imagine what a lich might look like. Kind of undead mage figure appears behind you all.
Oh, it looks lichy to me.
I don't think I've rolled above a 4 today.
Oh,
So shit, I'm going to die.
The flowers on, because the flowers have little tokens as well.
I'm on 14 HP.
oh dear.
Oh no.
You got your lapis core though.
Through that.
That's two.
Right, everyone put themselves where you would have been. So, like, Alanis, you would have been, like, there, I'd say. You're inside the dome, but we'll use our imaginations. But everyone else moved to where you guys would have been.
I was investigating it, so I presume close.
Yeah, wherever you want. And the petals, the flowers had kind of got up here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Luca, mate. Bad position, bro. What? Oh, whoa. What a back.
It snuck up on Luca. Right, I need to roll as
We've
well.
got a 3-on-1 flower situation over there, bro.
Where's the dice? Go on. I've lost my D20. I'll fucking put it somewhere and I. Oh, it's there. Whee! Ooh, nice one. $17, $11, $16. Oof. Okay. So, as you hear this like death rattle warning in a language that you do not understand, you whip around holding this orb and you see this skeletal guy appear and is wearing this like dark ancient robe. His eyes glow with that blue light that you saw in the orb just moments before he appeared. And he rushes up towards you, runs in towards you, reaches out, and for a moment you think he's going to reach out and snatch the orb from you, but instead one skeletal cold hand finds your face, and then the other, and then you feel him suck the life away from you. Could you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
I'm not good at them. 17.
17. Nice one. Excellent. So you take 6 points of necrotic damage, but as his hands move away, you feel life and warmth rush back into your cheeks, into your body, and you kind of get pins and needles almost in your face, and you are hit by the feeling that had you been a bit weaker, that life force would not have come back to you. So you maintain that damage and resist a larger effect. Wyatt then lifts his hand out and again speaks in a language that you don't understand. But Toki, could you roll me intelligence check, please?
Ooh, just straight
Yes,
intelligence. That is a 22.
22, amazing. You do not understand what he's saying, but something in the word sounds like Sylvan to you, reminds you of the Feywild. And as he's speaking, the 4 statues dotted around the room come to life, become animated stone, and I should have added them to the turn a second ago because now I'm gonna have to be fiddly. But they step down from their plinths where they were. The warrior by the rockfall turns inward to face the room. Wraith, you're suddenly nearly flanked by a guy with a crossbow and someone wielding a staff with a stone raven perched on them. Toki, you're all of a sudden in melee with a guy with a sword and a shield. And you hear again this skeletal ancient death rattle come from him, and we will leave it there with you facing a certain number of enemies to pick up. Not next week because I can't make it, but the week after.
Ooh. Damn. So we resume in March 2nd?
March 2nd, yeah.
Sounds right to me.
Ooh.
I'll add these guys guys.
Amazing sesh line.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Initiatives.
Things we're off for 2 weeks. I will apologise now to everybody for the combat that I have started.
Alana picks up this thing and is like, oh no. And they haven't
I'm
got
so good.
Oh,
Indiana
no.
Jones in this world.
I made a mistake.
Wrath just slowly turns to Alanis and his face is like, oh, we done fucked up now.
Amazing stuff. Brilliant. So I will keep that turn order up. But yeah, thank you guys.